Now in this video, we're going to look at how to create a bubble plot with Minitab. Now, the bubble plot basically is a scatter plot, but what it does is it's going to create bubbles that are based on the size of a third variable. So instead of just points, it's a way of visualizing three variables on a scatter plot at the same time. So I'm actually going to create a scatter plot of my first two variables first, just to give you what it looks like without the bubbles, and then we'll add the bubbles as a version of the bubble plot. So first we're going to just create a scatter plot, a simple scatter plot. And the variables that we're going to use, I created these just so that there's fewer variables because the issue with the bubbles is that they're somewhat large, and so they can sometimes overwhelm the graph if there's a lot of data. And so the data that we were using for the scatter plot, there was a lot of data, and so the bubble graph is a little busy. It's kind of difficult to see. We're going to just create a scatter plot of two variables. And we're going to hit OK. So we just have our scatter plot, very simple scatter plot. So this is the positions of the data in our scatter plot. Now, how does the bubble plot differ? Well, if we go to the bubble plot option, which is here, again, I'm going to just create a simple one. We're not going to apply groups to this. The third variable is going to be the sizes of the bubbles. And again, you can create labels. This is going to be scatter plot of two variables. And there's actually going to be a subheading that's automatically created that will tell us what the third variable is doing. Again, you feel free to experiment with the scale options and the data options, but I'm going to hit OK. And so notice what happened here. So again, the subscript, the subheading is also included automatically to tell you what the bubble size is. And the bubble sizes are based on this third variable. So I have this scatter plot that I can go back and look at. The positions of the data are all the same, but what the bubble plot does is it adds that third dimension so that you can see three variables on your scatter plot instead of just the two. But as I said, this can be somewhat problematic. If you want to see what it looks like when there's a lot of variables on there, it looks like this. So fewer variables are definitely easier to see what's happening than if you have like a really large amount of data.